Hey, hi, this is Gautam. Welcome to the fourth and final video of this Understanding the Balance Sheet series. Okay. So, in this final video, not only we'll understand the current or the short-term liabilities and the various line items making up current liabilities, but also we'll do a quick summary. What I mean is we'll look at current liabilities in conjunction with current assets and do a quick summary. All right. Okay. So let's begin. All right. Now, moving forward, the last section, and then we'll do a quick summary. Okay. Current liabilities, शॉर्ट टर्म बोरिंग्स हमने कवर कर लिया, वो भी इंक्रीज हो रहा है. ठीक है. लीज लाइबिलिटीज, एज आई सेड, आई एम पार्किंग इट, आई एम पुटिंग इन द पार्किंग लॉट फॉर नाउ. I'll come back to it later. Trade payables, oh man, look at this. This is increasing. Trade payables. The amount that is due to suppliers. I get a sense that they are withholding payments to the suppliers. And again, हम इसको अभी थोड़ा डिटेल में कवर करेंगे. अभी के लिए जस्ट समझो कि this is on the increasing trend. They are withholding payments to the suppliers. Just keep that thought with you. All right. And they've given a breakup of with whom they are withholding payments. In India, the government has there are some rules and regulations ki if you have payables outstanding to MSME, like medium small enterprises, you have to pay them like quickly. You cannot be withholding payments to MSME. That's a rule in India. But other than MSME, you have some leverage. And especially Narayana being a big brand, they have a lot of leverage. लेवरेज मतलब ये फाइनेंशियल लेवरेज, ऑपरेटिंग लेवरेज की बात नहीं कर रहा हूं मैं लेवरेज एज इन इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज की बात कर रहा हूं कि लेवरेज मतलब नेगोशिएशन लेवरेज. कि आप बड़े हॉस्पिटल हो तो आपको ठीक है, यू यू पुट दैट पावर, यू पुट दैट प्रेशर ऑन योर स्मॉल टाइम सप्लायर्स. यू कैन नॉट डू दैट ऑन एमएसएमई, but you can do that on other people who are suppliers who are other than MSME. Okay, because you are this big player in the industry. Had it been a small hospital, they do not have that negotiation leverage. नहीं तो सप्लायर बोलेगा ठीक है, मैं आपके साथ धंधा ही नहीं करूंगा, आप मेरे को पैसा नहीं दे रहे हो, आई डोंट वांट टू डू बिजनेस विद यू. But Narayana, being a big player, they have that negotiation leverage. So which is something which works in Narayana's favor. Okay. Again, I'll come back to it. I'm just trying to walk you through how you should be thinking about this, about each and every line item. Okay. Other financial liabilities. कि मैंने इसको कलर मार्क किया है because we need to get more understanding on this. But typically क्या होता है, other financial liabilities, these are not your receivable per se. Sorry, not receivable. This is not your trade payables per se, but you may have taken, you are yet to pay for certain things to some suppliers. They may not be part of your regular business per se. Had it been part of your regular business operation, then it would have been a part of your trade payables. But since this component is not a part of your trade payables, this money is probably not in the ordinary course of your business. It may be something else. Okay. ट्रेड पेबल्स तो पहले बहुत ज्यादा था, अब थोड़ा डिक्लाइन हो रहा है. Okay, or it may also be some salaries which are due, not just payables to some supplier, but some salaries which are due to your employees as well. ठीक है, you have not paid your some employees, on time, or you are yet to make payments to your employees, and these are like they are current liabilities. मतलब आपको तो पैसा देना ही है ना अपने employees को monthly, so that's why it is current liability. Gratuity was non-current. Employee salaries or some benefits, they are current. Okay. All right. And then they have some other current liabilities, which is, some dues to governments, which is again a big number. Okay. So again, we need to understand this is a big number, that this is, they have some dues that they need to make to governments. See, anyways, एक चीज और, okay? See, we saw current assets, we saw current liabilities, right? When you do this in the back of your mind, before computing, all those financial ratios that we're going to do in a bit, in your mind, what I usually do is I I quickly compute a current ratio. Current ratio क्या होता है? What is current ratio? Shit. What is current ratio? Any of you can tell me?
Current assets by current liability.
No, वो तो formula है, but what does it mean?
What portion of the liabilities will be covered by the current assets in terms of
Yes.
gives you a financial health to see. Hopefully,
Yeah.
current assets should be higher than current liabilities. However, there are some companies like Apple whose current assets, there may be, because they have vendor finance capital. There may be more liabilities, but they may have more cash on the balance sheet that might cover it. But I don't know. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
confused. But
No, you're right, sir. So see, if when you do a Google search, typically what you'll find is current ratio should be greater than one, greater than two. It's all textbook. Usually in the industry, what happens, I'll tell you from an industry lens. Okay. Always we compute non-cash, when we compute current ratio, we do not include the cash component in the current assets. Typically, that's what happens. Okay. So let me just compute it, and then let's just draw some observations. Okay. So यहाँ पे total current assets में I'm removing the cash component, which is these three big guys here. Okay. So my current assets is, look at the formula that I put in. Current assets X of cash. Okay. And then divided by current liabilities. कहाँ गया? Current liabilities. In the current liabilities, I do not include short-term borrowings, and I do not include any in current assets. Okay. Sorry, in current liabilities, I typically do not include, we do not typically include any liability which is interest bearing. Okay. Which is interest bearing. मैं तो what are we left with? Interest bearing में ये हट गया, then we remove short term borrowing. Okay, 0.83. Okay. That means current assets are lower than your non-cash current assets. I'm just qualifying my, I'm just using my, being careful with my words. The non-cash current assets are lower than your non-interest bearing current liabilities. Okay, which is fine. Which is fine. Okay, all right. Because the reason why I say it is fine, I'll tell you why. Had it been greater than one, or had it been more than two, or whatever, then you know what it means. You know what it means. Okay? It means कि had this ratio been a huge ratio, okay, that means your business is working capital intensive. एक क्विक इंडिकेशन, आई नो अभी हमने कुछ ज्यादा एनालिसिस किया नहीं है, दिस लाइक अ क्विक हाई इन द पाई, just a microscopic view. This indicator tells you that this, had this ratio been a very high, then it will tell you that your business is working capital intensive. Why? Because you have a lot of current assets, you have a lot of trade receivables, you have a lot of inventory sitting in your books, and current assets, I'm discounting cash. Current assets, they block your capital. Okay, they block, they are stuck. मतलब आप of course current assets को मतलब, yeah, the textbook definition is that you can liquidate it within 1 year, so that's like almost akin to cash, but that's not. If you are stuck with a lot of current assets, again discounting cash, that means you may have a working capital problem. पैसा आपका फंसा हुआ है, it's stuck. Okay, in a retailer, if you're not if you're, let's say, valuing a retail business, if you are sitting with a lot of stuff in your shelves, you're not able to turn that, sell that, stuff. Those products which are sitting in your shelf, you're not able to sell them. That's inventory. That's capital which is blocking your operations. Ideally, any retailer would want to turn those products as soon as they can, right? Otherwise, it's just sitting and occupying your space, and it's blocking your capital. Only when you will be able to sell it, then you will get cash, and then you'll be able to procure more products to again sell them, right? लेकिन अगर आप बेच ही नहीं पा रहे हो, तो that's blocking your capital. So that's for a retailer. Okay? यहाँ पे again they don't have this problem because they are doing a good job. Their ratio is less than one. So they are doing, what it indicates to us is that this business is not working capital intensive. अगर आप Google search करो, okay, no offense to anyone, and I'm no authority at all on anything. Okay, all right. But typically in the industry, this is a very quick way of just doing a business, just analyzing whether a business is working capital intensive. And textbooks would tell you, Google search would tell you that this ratio should be above 2, 3. That is, could not be further from the truth. Okay. Hope you understood the balance sheet and the various line items. If you need a deeper dive, then you can go to the link in the description section. All right. Thank you.